say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation.
Hey legends, alright, it is Thursday, which means I just completed a triathlon. But now I'm going to bring you vlog number 3, how to plan. Okay legends, so I've been asked a few times, you know, how do I organise my week, and I've mentioned in the last 2 vlogs about how I plan every Sunday, but in this vlog it's only going to be about 5 to 10 minutes long. I'm just going to explain like the step-by-step process of how I go about trying to achieve my goals that I've set myself for the year, and then how I work them down into, you know, a day-by-day procedure. So I'm gonna get into quite a bit of detail with it, but I'm gonna make it pretty short and sharp for you guys. I hope someone gets a little bit out of it. If you know, you're into your business or you're into setting goals, this is gonna be the vlog for you. So let's get into it. As I've said in the previous vlogs, guys, I set my task every week, and those tasks as steps towards the goals that I try and achieve. I'm a big fan of setting goals. It's helped me achieve a lot of success in the past 2 years. All small things that have just helped me progress every single day. And what I'm going to go through today is about how it's not about achieving massive milestones every single day. It's about ticking the needle forward, you know, just that one little bit each day. So that's what I'll be going through with you today. Why I believe goals are so important is because it's like getting into a car and just driving and not having a destination or a route to get to where you want to go. So if you have, you know, a destination, you put it into your sat nav and you know where you're gonna go. It gives you that path, gives you that direction, and it makes what you're doing a lot simpler, a lot easier to get to that final destination. Another little metaphor for it, it's like, you know, if I gave you a bow and arrow and you were going to try and shoot it at something, and I didn't give you a target where you're gonna shoot, you're just gonna shoot it in the air. So create that target, make sure you got a clear direction of where you want to go, and that's what I'm going to go through today. So all my goals are SMART goals. So they're specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, they're relevant, and they're time-based. So as you can see, I've got a time on all of them, and I'm quite detailed in everything that I want to do. So when you plan a goal, make sure you give it a time and you give it a number, so you always know what exactly you want to achieve and when you want to achieve it by. That's when it becomes real. So let's break these goals down and figure out how we're going to achieve them step by step, day by day. Alright legends, so how I do this. So at the start of the year, I sat down and I wrote 20 different goals that I want to achieve over the course of the 12 months. Alright, so how I broke them up, I wrote 10 personal goals that I'd like to achieve, and then 10 business goals. What I've done for you guys today, I've written up 5 of those goals, and we're going to go through them today, and I'm going to run you through how I try and achieve each of those goals. So let's go through them real quickly and see what they are. So, 1 month goal, to sell at the challenge. Obviously that's been done, so it's got a big tick next to it. Now I know we're just into the 4th month. I've just got around the 3-month goal. So that's an approximate time that I've got to complete the 2 triathlons, and that's finishing up this Sunday. Now the 6-month goal, so, is to get under 10% body fat. Now the reason why I want to get under 10% body fat isn't because I want to be as fit as I possibly can. There was a time when I was under 10% body fat, but in that time I was taking a lot of prescription drugs as well. So what I want to do is get under 10% body fat, but I want to do it without taking any drugs. I want to prove it to myself that I'm still able to do that. So that's a personal goal for me to try and achieve that one. 9-month goal is to read 9 books, so a book a month. So I've always been a pretty horrible reader, so I want to learn as much as I possibly can and build up on that one. Now last one, 12-month goal, buy a house. So obviously this is a pretty big goal. It's something that I'm going to be trying to do all year round, and what I've got to do for that is just pretty much save and try and get myself in a position so I can buy the dream house that I want to buy for my family. So I'm going to go through how we are going to achieve those goals. Now what I'm going to do is, while we're here, I'm going to write down the action. So I've written down my goals, I've written when I wanted to achieve them by. Now I'm going to come up with some creative action that can get these stuff done. Alright guys, so what I've done is, this only took me about 2 minutes to write down some really basic, simple ways. You can go into more detail if you like, but let's just quickly go through them. So, to sell out the challenge is my first one I've got written up here. Now, how do I do that? Marketing, reaching out, and connecting with other people. So yeah, we have a great product and it will sell itself to a certain extent, but to get it to sell out every time, we still need to do these things. You know, we believe in our product, so it makes it a whole lot easier to sell as well. Now, next one, 3-month goal, 2 triathlons. I break that down to my training. So, what training do I have to do? Obviously, bike, swim, and run being a triathlon. How many times a week am I going to do it? Twice a week. So we do 1 triathlon a week, and then we work on the others, so the run, the swim, the bike individually, once a week by themselves. Next one, 6-month goal below 10%. So what I've got to do for this one is, I know where I'm failing at the moment. If I wanted to get under 10%, I know what I've got to do. So what I've got to do is clean up my nutrition to make sure that's bang on, and then add my training, add more training sessions onto what I'm already doing. At the moment, it's more about maintenance and just, you know, having a healthy lifestyle balance, but during that time, I really want to knuckle down and really rip in. Now, 9 books in 9 months, simple. Read minimum 10 pages a day. So before I go to bed, try and get my book out and read 10 pages. If I get a bit of spare time during the day, pick up the book, get my 10 pages. Some days you get 50 out, some days you only just get the 10 out. But if I get the minimum 10 out a day, it's gonna make that whole lot easier to get that 9 books out. Now, last one, buy a house. This is pretty simple. Everyone that's tried to buy a house or done anything like this before, what you gotta do is save money every week. So find out how much you gotta save, work it out over the 52 weeks, what it adds up to be, break that number down, and save that money every single week. So that's how I break them down. Now let's get into the weekly planners. Okay guys, so we've got our goals behind us, we've got when we want to achieve them by, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a weekly planner for those 5 goals that are behind me. I'm going to write down, you know, an example of how I would plan for them. So first thing you guys will have to go do is buy yourself a weekly planner. I've made my own one here. I like to have things nice and neat, very organized like that. So I went and got my own one made. I'm gonna go through how it's gonna work. So what I'm gonna do, in this section here guys, this should be tasks, not goals, but these are the tasks that I'm gonna write to achieve those goals. So I'm gonna write down all the tasks that I'm going to do, try to complete this week in this column here. Now once I've finished writing those things up, so I'm going to go off the examples of the actions that I've got written up there. I'm then going to write them on what day that I'm going to achieve each of those, okay? So, nice and simple, write down your task, write down when you're going to achieve them. If you can, if you know the time that you are going to achieve that goal, for example, if you have a set time that you train every single day, write down the time. Be as detailed as you possibly can guys, because what that does is makes things very clear when you start your week. Eliminates a lot of anxiety. If there's anyone out there that struggles with anxiety with being organized, can't recommend this enough. Alright, so I'm gonna write down the dummy planner now.
They can imitate you, but they can't duplicate.
Alright legends, so the week is all planned, and how I've done it is written my tasks like I said, and then I've planned each one. With this one, it's really basic. I remember this is very similar to how I started doing these. They've changed a little bit over the times, but this is the basic gist of how it works now. So I've written all these down, my tasks, and they will coincide through here. Let's go through them now. So my first one here is train. Run 7.5 kilometers plus weights and chest. So that is going to coincide with the first one, which is the triathlons, and then number 2, it's also going to help me my body fat get down, which is also in the next one, which is eat brekkie. So I've even written down what I'm going to eat there. So that's number 2. Number 3 is make 5 phone calls plus 5 emails to new clients. So that's going to go towards the selling out the challenge. So that's the next one. Then we've got post. So that's going to help me with my marketing. Again, that's going to help me with selling out the challenge. So I've got 2 posts and I write down the content below. So that's what I do for that one. Number 5 is read 10 pages plus. And what I do on the Monday is write what page I'm up to, and then write the 10 pages on, and I'll try and hit that number minimum. Last one, eat, and then it's just afternoon tea. And for the afternoon tea, I just have the food for fitness. I have those both for the lunch and the afternoon tea, which makes it heaps easy again to come back to that 10% body fat. Now, when I complete all these tasks, I put a tick next to them like I have shown before, and then I put a W next to it, right? So as you can see, there's only 5 tasks written down there. Things are gonna pop up they always do through the week, but if you write down your 5 critical tasks and you get them done, then you have won the day. If you need a point of reference of what I'm talking about here, go to Andy Frisella's podcast, MFCEO, and listen to Win the Day. I'll post what number episode that is in the comments below, but I got all this from that one podcast. So basically, guys, that one day is pretty much exactly the same through, other than maybe on the Thursday here, we've got, instead of making the emails, I've got meet with 2 businesses, so that's just, you know, just networking as well. Again, on the Friday, something different, we've got a team training session as well, but all going towards helping the business. So guys, that there is my weekly planners. I make sure I tick it off as I go, and when I win the day, I win the day. When the other stuff pops up, I just write them in underneath where there's space. Normally there's a lot more space. I write this nice and big so you guys can see. So then you come to the weekends, guys, I still get my stuff done. So down the bottom here, there's still 3 things on the Saturday, 4 things on the Sunday. Now the most important one on the Sunday is to rewrite your plan again. So once you do it the first week, doesn't mean it's all done and dusted. You have to do it again for the 2nd week, the 3rd week, and consistently do it. I've been doing this now for over a year, and I can't tell you how much it's helped with the business growth, me personally grow, but as well for, you know, eliminating anxiety too. Once I know what I've got to do and how I want to do it, I just wake up and I know what's in front of me every single week. I plan what I do, so it makes it a whole lot easier too. So if you've got a structured lifestyle already, you might even just be able to fill in your spare time and how you can grow in those spare time. All right, guys, so that is my weekly planner and how to plan. I hope you guys got something out of it. If you want to inbox me, email me, or even meet up and catch up and go through this in more detail, I'll be more than happy to do that, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day.
Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard.